What's up, blockchain? How y'all doing today? Coming at you with a little bit of this and that is crypto music. Mitch, there is so much going on. What a day. Freaking crazy day. Crazy. A lot happened. I mean, look at this Bitcoin price. Let's find it out here. 24-hour low. 46. About there now. 46.5. Was up to 50 today. So yeah, quite a nice drop. Everything was pretty much bleeding red. As you can see, as we come down the markets here, just bleeding red. I actually just sold out of all my IOST position. I had a pretty big position there, but they just announced that they're only giving they're changing their awards or whatever. They're giving 50% now and 50% later, not doing it quarterly, and it got kind of weird. And when things are weird, best to see where you're at. And man, I was way in the green, so I took profits, took it all off the table, left only 1,000 IOST, which is all free money to me at this point, and dropped out of that one. So, but a lot of good stuff going on and a lot of red. Great time to be buying. I have certainly bought this dip again pretty hard, as I do with most of them, and should work out pretty good. Algo down 14%. That's a heck of a buy and a good way to find out about, if you're looking for, if you know of solid projects already, come and buy the ones that have dropped the most, right? As long as they weren't just peaking, then should get a nice bounce back, right? But, play your strategy the way you will. Let's start over here at CashFX. CashFX has been, ever steady, as you guys know. It's just, it pumps out. I get about 150, 180, sometimes up to $200 a month, or $200 a week here, and it, I withdraw it every single week. It takes about 3 to 5 days for that to show up, and it just pops in your account in Bitcoin, and it's there. What you will notice is these guys are very good at withdrawing at the top. They're traders, and whatever the highest price point is of the week, that's when they send you their Bitcoin, but based in dollar amount. But just goes to show their prowess here. Lifetime total, I pulled $7,486 out of here, and nothing wrong with that. I put in a total of $5,000 in here, not all at once. So there's that, certainly going good. So up $2,400, and I still got a little ways to go before my package will expire. About a quarter of the way there before it's all said and done. So got in about another $1,000 coming out of here before I have to decide whether I want to upgrade or just let it go. And it's hard to decide, but for $2,000, that's the next step up. It's a hard decision. I don't like buying into platforms after I've already been into them for a long time. That's not generally the strategy that has worked over time, right? When you put into a platform, Forex trading, whatever, even as solid as this, even, with all the good stuff and the longevity that we have here, it's generally not good to re-up your principal. You don't really have a choice here because it's the way the setup is. But, once you get your seed money out, you just want to keep reinvesting house money, and you see payouts of where it is, and you're like, I could just put $5 more grand in there, or $2 more grand, or $5 more $100 or whatever, and my payments would increase this much. Don't do it. Look for a newer opportunity and just reinvest in that opportunity you have. And, you can kick yourself for not putting in when you did, but you'll be kicking yourself a lot harder if you try to put in more later. I think you know what I'm saying there. Anyway, here's an interesting story. Look at this. Tether Gold. So Tether is launching. There's growing demand for digital exposure to gold. And so now we will have a digital gold. It's XAU, and that will be brought to us by Tether. Will they be as weird about all their stuff as they are about their dollar? Who knows? They say they're going to have the gold, obviously, like they say they have the dollars. Building on a track record for product innovation, each token represents ownership of 1 troy fine ounce of physical gold on a specific gold bar, which is available as an ERC20 token on the Ethereum blockchain and as a TRC20 token on the Tron blockchain. Can be transferred to any on-chain address from the purchaser's Tether wallet. Pretty cool, huh? So when you're looking to, trade whichever way, or you get a huge crash or whatever, often they're correlated in different ways, but you could die if you're expecting something to crash. Now you can tether up into gold if you want. Pretty interesting, and definitely leaves a lot of different stuff open. That's for sure, as to what to do. Let's see. Let's stop by Road21. Road21 is a very cool platform ran by Mark Dossier, a long-time person in the crypto platform niche. He's got about 20 different platforms, all running strong. Nothing's ever scammed. Nothing's ever rug pulled. He builds platforms for other people like Crystal Clear Funds Club and a bunch of others. And I've shared multiple emails with the guy. He is certainly on point. He's got a new platform coming out now, but it's not my type of platform, so I'm not into it. I am in his money-making ads platform. I actually need to do a $100 withdrawal out of there from Litecoin. That one's as solid as can be. The reason I'm here at Road21 ad shares is because this one pays out in Bitcoin. Your money's always in Bitcoin. I put 0.05 Bitcoin in here, and it's just been, it's been cranking out. It's not the highest payer ever, but because it's in Bitcoin and the amount is pretty good, as Bitcoin goes up, obviously your payments go up. Bitcoin goes down, the value of your payments go down, but it's always in Bitcoin. Right now I have 0.0027 just sitting in here. One ad share, currently worth $23, gets you to, you need, how many can I get? 0.0005, so get at least 4 of those. Let's do it, or 5 of them. 5 Bitcoin balance. Next step, and it pays out 120%. So anything you put in here, you get 120%. You can reinvest to make money on top of your money and profits on top of your profits. And it certainly doesn't hurt that Bitcoin has gone up a hell of a lot since I put this money in here. So doing quite well there. Let's see. We'll go back, look at my ad share transactions here. Each one you get some free advertising that they run these banners all over the site, and the site is pretty big. You can put in all your BTCs, what you have, and it will track your BTC. That's with the Road21. They're trying to get you to 1 Bitcoin. So here's all of the purchases I bought. There's my initial deposit of 0.05, and everything else here has just been a reinvest on top of that. So like I said, profits on top of profits. And just got some more running, and it's as easy as that. You can run the banners or don't run them if you don't give a crap about them, if you're just here for the profits. So anyway, there's that. Moving on from there. Okay, over on the BSC. So very first rug pull, BSC, 30-something million. Crazy. So, Meerkat Finance. An impressive debut for the first major exploit on BSC, as Meerkat Finance heads straight to number 3 on the leaderboard for market pool for rug pulls. After just 1 day of operation, 1 day, can you believe that? Meerkat Finance was rug pulled for 13 million BUSD. Woo! And about 73,000 BNB, currently totaling around 31 million. Wowzer. We've been watching Binance Smart Chain as they do their speed run through Ethereum's DeFi summer. Now their copied codes have built up enough capital, and they have entered the rug pull phase. So rug pulls have found their, so yeah, you brought all the stuff from Ethereum over onto your blockchain. Well, of course you brought the rug pulls over onto your blockchain too. And that's just the way, it's just the way it's going to be. The one place you can be sure that won't happen is on Polkadot. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, would you rather, if you were going to purchase, the next 5 projects that came out on Ethereum or the next 5 projects that came out on Polkadot, which do you think you'd have a better success rate for? And only if you don't understand how Polkadot works would you say Ethereum, because the Polkadot projects will be vetted. They'll have to pay crap tons of money in DOT in order to have those parachains. So you can pretty much rest assured anything coming on that DOT ecosystem is going to be solid. It's going to go up. You can just freaking expect it. not financial advice. All that good stuff. Anyway, moving on from there, let's drop by Qubittech. Qubittech is a big payer for me. I've been getting the trading signals from here. They are fantastic. Been getting quite a few wins there. And because I'm just running them for spot trading, I've never really lost on one, right? Nothing's ever tanked past the point where I bought it. I am upside down on one of the trades, but I know that one's going to pop. Actually, I just got into it recently. And these are more swing trades, you know, because the market does what the market does. So, you know, if you want to gamble with the signals hardcore, do them leverage, and set the stop losses the way they are. They do have it for that reason. But if you want to swing trade it, it's, you know, buy a position, put the sell where they tell you to sell it, and why bother with the stop loss? My opinion, they haven't put any projects out that weren't fairly solid projects. So there's all that good stuff. Been making, I don't know, about $100 to $200 a day here, and it works out pretty good. It shows up in the account, takes 48 hours. You got 3 different withdrawal choices. You can withdraw in 48 hours, you can withdraw in up to 48 hours, up to 72 hours, or what they call regular. I don't know how long regular takes. I'm not doing that one anymore. I'm just doing the the other 2. So there's all that. Digital licenses is what I got most of my stuff loaded into. You can put bots on your own account, and a lot of people have been, and they seem to be running just fine. I haven't heard anyone, losing money. They've all earned money on those, like 7. It's not much, like 7 to 10% a month, but it's a lot more than you could get anywhere else, and it's a very hands-free bot as opposed to, the bots that I like to use. So here's the new little deal we got going here. It's called Venture Co-Investment Program. All right, Qubittech, what you got here? We're glad to present a new service, a venture co-investment program, which will be discussed during the big Qubittech forum. This service is already integrated into the core of the platform today. Thanks to it, the automatic distribution of part bonuses of platform users, excluding charges on the digital products, will be made in favor of the budget of the venture co-investment program. Interesting. The venture co-investment program budget will be redistributed to promising startups to increase the platform's capitalization further. All the startups will pass through a special accelerator, which will also be announced at the big Qubittech forum. That'd be cool if they're like taking brand new projects and buying into them early, like say any of these yield farms that are blowing up. They buy into them early and agree to like promote the hell out of it and push it and bring in their thousands and thousands of people. Imagine what that would do to a DeFi farm. These guys would get in early, add a whole bunch of money. These guys, the gains have been ridiculous, right? People are making millions. People are making, hundreds of percents. So if these guys not only can get into those DeFi projects early and get in at a discount, but then also help that DeFi project by pumping the heck out of it, promoting it to everyone and showing it to everyone, they're going to make huge profits in those gains. And I hope Qubittech, more power to you, man. Do it, whatever it takes. I love it. The venture co-investment program budget will be redistributed, promising startups to increase the platform's capitalization further. All the startups will pass through a special accelerator, which will also be announced at the big Qubittech forum. The USDT amount of deductions to the venture co-investment program's budget will depend on the current rank of the user and will apply to all users who have reached rank 1 and above. That's me. The first startups to qualify for the accelerator will be presented at the Qubittech Forum for the Dominican Republic. Thanks to our community for the unique tips that help us succeed and achieve our goals. Sounds pretty good to me. Yep. So, like I said, I keep withdrawing out of here. I keep making money off the trading, and obviously help. You guys help me by building a team underneath me and all that. Couldn't thank you enough, and I will stay on top of Qubittech here for you. But like I said, trading signals going fantastic, and the service itself, damn, makes like 1.3% to 0.7% a day, averaging about 20, 21% a month. If you don't count any of the the bonuses and all that good stuff, that's what it would be. But obviously I'm a lot higher than that and feeling pretty good. So, all right, moving on from there. So what was all the crazy stuff that happened today? It was nuts. The regular markets, right? Huge swings, 900-point swing, meaning that from top to bottom in one day, 900 points. And that's because, you know, Bitcoin 2, everything was going parabolic, right? Everything was up. There was mad exuberance in the market. And it was like right at that point, and it says here, Powell comments, leave Bitcoin's market sour. But it wasn't just Bitcoin, it was all the markets. And that's why this is something you shouldn't worry about, right? Obviously, you shouldn't worry about this dip because it is just correlated with the markets. It will decouple and go up, then they'll recorrelate again, you know, as exuberance has and human emotions always do. So what happened? The Fed chair, Powell, comes out and says, I expect inflation to spike. Yeah, no crap. It's the same thing all of us have been calling for forever. Inflation has already spiked. It's just now you're not going to be able to hide it through your CPI index. You know, there's always mass inflation, and what they do is they have this basket of stuff that they determine to measure inflation off of. And whenever the price of something goes up, they just remove it from the basket, put something else in the basket that hasn't been going up, because each administration, doesn't matter the color or it doesn't matter the blue or red flag on the billionaire. It doesn't matter if it's red billionaire, blue billionaire. They all do the same thing. They all want the inflation to seem a lot lower than it is, and the economy seem a lot stronger than it is. But this economy's in free fall, guys, as we all know. Anyway, Powell said, spiked incoming for inflation, which we know. But now that he said that, means that they can't contain it anymore, right? So what else is going on? Janet Yellen's yield curve control is in full effect. So the yield curve, the 10-year yield curve, is generally the way that traders use as a barometer for what's going on to the market. You know, you got strong dollar, and you have like a lot of longer bonds being bought. And if the yield curve is doing different things, it basically tells you, you know, if there's a lot of money flooding in, a lot of money flooding out, and whether stocks are strong, bonds are strong, and what's, you know, going to tank, how it's going to move, because it's like a compensatory mechanism, right? So as this thing moves around, the markets move, traders make decisions based on it. All of the macro stuff is based on it. But for the past week, it hasn't moved at all. It's in full, just complete, stuck in like a stable coin. And Janet Yellen said that a few weeks ago that they were going to implement some form of yield curve control, which is just basically manipulation of the markets. And we've been in it for about a full week. It's very interesting times to be living in, because, like, you know, a lot of traders without that, they're just trading blind. So you know, it really just seems like they're trying to see like what the traders will put up with, what the market will put up with, and all that good stuff. So another thing is, like, the Fed announced, it's a long story, I don't want to get into it, but the SDRs, the Fed coin and all that stuff, is pretty evil genius. Like, I went through it in pretty deep detail how it works and how the banks, like, you know, have to, like, the people that are holding the SDRs, they have to pay interest to the bank that don't have the SDRs and are holding the dollars. And it's like, they're going to not want the dollars. They're going to want a lot more of those SDRs, because then the other banks will have to pay them interest. So it'll be like a big game of musical chairs, and it will keep the money moving, and everyone will want in on it, because, you know, you're going to get your, you know, all of your stimulus is going to be in it. It's very interesting, and they're using this, as we know, like end-time solutions to take out the dollar, to take out gold, to take out Bitcoin and crypto. And ain't gonna happen. It's not the same use case, right? Because they'll print as much as they want. What's the use case for Bitcoin? Limited supply, not your money, permissionless. They're the exact opposite of permissionless. Basically, your interest rates will be based on your social credit score. Yeah, doesn't sound great, does it? Anyway, moving on from there, my HyperFund account has been killing it. Just look at all these packages I got going. Not bad, huh? Pretty great. And yeah, it just keeps rolling. I've been withdrawing on the regular, and I reinvest on the regular. I'm now up to an eventual. See, if you want to know how much you have running, you know, divide that by 3. If you want to know how much you're going to get when everything pays out, that's what you're looking at here. So when everything pays out, I'll have $19,397. I have 1/3 of that currently running. Got $35 just today. So not too bad. It's certainly paying out quite well, and I just keep building it up. I have more than one account. And so I have this account as my lower account. I got another account above me that's collecting those first level commissions. And it is only worth doing that if you got more than $5,000 running. If you got $5,000 running on your top account, set up another account below you and start compounding into that account. When you're compounding into that account, all of those, you get like whatever 20% of that back, even a little less than that if you count with what falls into your certified. But either way, you're getting extra benefits, right? And it's good to do. But if you're below $5,000, it doesn't make any sense, because you have to reach $50 before you can withdraw into that other account. And you're way better off just reinvesting it in that top account and reinvesting every day. These guys have been going great. This is one of their cryptos, HDAO. They own MOF. They own HyperCash. This is a big organization. They are attached to the WHO exchange, and it's the best place to withdraw your profits is from here to the WHO exchange. Works great because they have every single coin in the HyperTech group. And this is backed by a couple billionaires, especially there's Sam Lee and Ryan Zhu. Ryan Zhu is more the main fellow. So, but yeah, lots of good stuff, and they are certainly cranking it out well and loving it over here. Moving on from there. Last but not least, we're going to stop by Daisy here. Don't get me wrong, everything else is going pretty dang great. ImpulsX is paying out great. They got that airdrop going on right now for the IPX token. I think that's very much worth doing. They also got some other airdrop going on in that same ecosystem. So, yeah, lots of good stuff going on over there at ImpulsX. But here at Daisy, just put up a webinar. It'll be on the channel, probably the last video before this one, and go through all the updates and everything that going on. Looks like about the 15th, possibly, for the relaunch, and we will see. But everyone who is already in, your money's been trading for you. You're up about 18-19% at this point, and we're in some trades, so more profits coming. And the everything's working just fine. But what's good about it is anyone who's in already, when they do the relaunch, instead of getting the 48-hour rule where you're open for like all bonuses for all levels, they're going to leave that open for you for 5 days, just as like, thanks for being here early. Thanks for being. And what they're also doing is they're saying that that's a founder bonus. And now everybody who bought in to Daisy in what they're calling the test launch, which was the launch 1.0, they are now going to be considered founders of the company. And I think that's pretty cool. I don't know what that's going to mean in the future, but for now, it means a 5 days of bonuses for the first 5 days of the relaunch. So anything that happens, and they're expecting some big stuff. They got so many promoters. It is nuts. The team that is, the people going after this are the biggest of the biggest of the biggest. People who haven't been out here since like USI Tech have like devoted their life to this thing. I like it. So I know some people are pretty, don't like a lot of the people who are climbed out of the woodwork and they're just marketers. They're not crypto people and they're getting into this. And I'm like, them bringing all the masses into this is what's going to get us all paid. The more people in this, the more spillover, the more payments, the bigger it is, the more money that's in the pool, the quicker that the Daisy AI itself gets crowdfunded. And once the Daisy AI is completely crowdfunded and they move into, instead of AI trading, they move into super learning and all that cool stuff, well, it's going to be monumental. So we want that all to be paid for. The white paper is ridiculously nerdy, and it's written by Dr. Anna Becker, who is, the brainiac genius child behind this whole thing, solved Einstein's math problems and all that good stuff. It went to the brainiac school in Israel, met the freaking other guy, the Dmitry Medvedev, who is, the chess grand champion. Anyway, this is a brainiacs ran platform. They put their name, their reputation, everything they got going on this. As you know, it's backed and ran by EndoTech, the leaders in, AI market analysis. They have billions trading in funds. It costs millions, it costs a whole bunch to have them trade for you on their behalf and all, on your account. And if you eventually want these guys trading on your accounts, really the absolute cheapest way you can get there is through Daisy. Well, that's taking its time to load up. There it is. Market sentiment in red. We're at 1.5 trillion for the estimated market cap for all crypto together. And when this thing is red and not green, it means we're in a bearish trend. See, market's in a bearish breakout. It's never wrong. Every time the thing dips, you come do that. It knows it dips. Shows you all the, yeah, it's pretty interesting. And you can go through all the different algorithms and all the different, the portfolio of algorithms they have here. You can see the team, all that good stuff. That's not what we're talking about here. You can get, you know, I've gone way, way deep into this platform and why I think it is the greatest thing out there. So, and I really do think that. So let's log in and have a quick look. Tron link not installed. I just had it open. We were just looking at it. How can it not be installed? They might be having glitches here. So that we're getting a lot. We got till the 15th at least. So they said it could happen sooner. Nothing ever happens sooner. Yeah. If they give a 15th date, that's how long it's gonna be. There it is. Just need to refresh the screen. Let's get over there into the CashFund. Okay. Not a bad looking chart, you have to say, and I expect some more uppy ups after this. We're actually down farther than we've been so far with our compound P&L at 14.37, but that's because everything just tanked, right? We just watched everything tank. Good old pal. You know they meant to do this. He's doing that for his buddies, right? Because if he comes out and says something like that, he knows he has the power in those, in, you know, in that little bit of breath to take the market down. They don't do that unless they're ready. You know, clearly there is nothing that they say, nothing that they are super, you know, manipulative and well thought out at the Fed and in the IMF and all that good stuff. And they don't say stuff without being prepared, right? So anyway, there's all that. Daisy's looking great. Like I said, the white paper written by Anna, super nerdy. I'm more than halfway through there. And yeah, it's super nerdy. It's what you would want. You want some badasses trading for you, right? Anyway, things are going great. On passive is building, and everything else is cranking out. Appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Stay out of PGI Global. It's going to crash eventually. So anyway, appreciate you guys. Out.